Howdy, people. I've been getting a lot of questions about dualies and singles, so here we go. Make a small little video about it. It all depends what you guys want to do with your trucks. Obviously, your baseline. You know, is this going to be your daily driver? If so, I'm very skeptical about. Dualies, and it's not because they're better or worse. It's just for everyday life, you need to stay as compact as possible. Now, if you're not staying compact, there's some prices to pay. You got drive-throughs, you got ride qualities, you got just all these inconveniences. You know, I could go on and on. You know, we could, parking, it's just, as I said, you can go on and on, but bottom line, reason is dualies cost more. A little bit on maintenance, primarily on gas mileage. If you drive a lot, you want to stay away from dually. Now, don't be dumb. Don't hook up a 40-foot tandem dually trailer and say, let's go guys, let's do this. No, you can't do that. You gotta weigh out your options and what you're working with, you know. Myself, we tow a gross, meaning the truck tows behind itself 17, 18. You know, I go a little overhand, over that sometimes, but not too often. Typical day, 17,000 behind these trucks. Now that's like always, if you average it out, that's always maxing out the truck. But it's been working for us, and that's why I'm keeping singles, you know, for majority of my trucks. I own 10 of them, 8 of them are singles, 2 of them are dualies. So you're saying, okay, you're bashing on dualies, but you own 2. Yeah, guys, there's times where you cannot get away with a single. So it's like, are we getting away? No, we're not getting away, but we're, you know, trying to stay efficient, trying to stay compact, trying to, you know, do, as we are, a lot of us, I'll say myself, I try to get away with things. You know, if I get away with less, why pay more? Why you need more when you get away with less? So if this truck can handle the weight I need, why do I need a dually? I don't, but you might. You know, if you want to throw a flatbed on it, you know, any pickup truck that people want to put a flatbed on it and just not like, it's like you're going to use it once a month or once a year. If you're going to use that truck day in and day out, and you're throwing a flatbed on it, yeah, about 90, you're 90% dually type, a dually needed guy, because singles don't do very good with payloads. You know, they have a lot to handle. You know, on a 20,000 pound gross trailer loaded with the load behind it, for easy calculation, I'm doing 20,000. 20% at most is what? You know, 20% of 20,000 is 4,000 pounds, if I'm doing my math right. Now, 4,000 pounds is pretty much the max. This rear end, I would put on this rear end. I'm not saying I haven't put more, but that's the most I'd want to put on there. Now, dualies can handle a lot more, specifically for payload. You got 2 tires. Yeah, I mean, I got pretty wide tires back here, but they still don't hold, or they're not as stable as the dualies are, even though my dualies are like, you know, skinnies or whatever people call them, skinny little tires, and they still do better on the heavier loads. So unless you need a dually, stay away from a dually, because you are going to pay. But don't be retarded. Don't put a, you know, as I said, a heavyweight trailer with a load on there and you could get away with one of these. You know, you got to be extra cautious. You know, just be very careful and make it happen once, twice a year, but don't do it day in and day out, not even once a month. Go get your dually. And question, you know, that's up in there, Paul, why are you bashing on dualies? I'm not. I'm just saying dualies don't do us a good job for me at, that's all it is. You know, I'm burning up fuel, I'm burning up, you know, this truck, it really doesn't matter, because this truck tire size is really expensive. I don't know what's up with it, but it's a really expensive tire size. I could easily buy 6 Michelin tires for a lot less than I pay for these 4. So tires, I guess, out of the question. Biggest thing is fuel and convenience factor for a day in and day out. Dude, I use this bad boy day in and day out. My wife actually drives a Mercedes, and that thing's 2-wheel drive, and when the snow hits the pavement, she pretty much I just hand her over this truck and I just jump in whatever's around the shop. Typically, it's that 2-wheel drive Gramps. Well, not in the winter, not Gramps, but dually. My white 6-speed dually. But nevertheless, you know, I got other trucks to drive, and it's not like I only drive this truck and I only know this. No, guys, I own 10 pickups total. I think that's what I own. Yeah, 10 pickups total, and 8 of them are singles like this. And I have driven towed with both of my dualies, so it's quite the difference. It's quite noticeable, and especially that payload. You know, when that gooseneck, when you load up a lot of weight in the bed, you know, these trucks, they do great. You know, this truck does great up to a certain point. You know, I remember I hauled, now don't go ratting me out, but I think I've done 30,000 once. That's load and trailer, and I don't ever want to do that again with this truck. It was stupid on my end to even do that, and it was done for personal use, of course. But anyways, so yeah, guys, man, this became a really long video, a lot longer than I thought it would be. Let's go run down the reasons why you need a dually. Payload. That's it. And then from that point on, if you need payload, don't compromise. But if you don't, stick with single rear wheels. You're gonna have a lot easier time around town. It's a lot. The margin is quite a bit different on convenience, you know? And that's pretty much the moral of the story. All right, guys, as always, have a mighty fine day.